All righty. Welcome everybody to our weight loss coffee business opportunity call. We are so excited that you're here, whether you're on live now or you're catching the recording of this call. We are just thankful that you have tuned in to learn a little bit about what we do at our with our weight loss coffee business. And we want to jump right in, and we are going to have Greg talk to you a little bit about what the company is and all the background that he is so knowledgeable in. So go for it, Greg.
Thanks, Stacy. So what is Valentis? Valentis is Latin for prevail, which is perfect. Our product line is a prevail product, and prevail means to overcome. And Dave Jordan himself has overcome a lot to bring this company. The company is 4 years old, debt-free. We paid cash for our shipping facility recently. We paid cash for the building headquarters. Jessica actually is in headquarters right down the street, not too far. So she's in Sioux City, South Dakota, or Sioux Falls, South Dakota, sorry. And it started in July 2014. And so 4 years ago, we'll be in our 5th year, 4.5 years now. We have right now 11 products. We started with 1 and then went to 4 for quite a while. And then in the last year and a half or so, we've started to expand. And we're going to keep on expanding. As of January 1st, we just acquired another company. We're going to be taking over their product line as well. So we'll have about 20 products when it's all said and done, probably right at the beginning of the year. But the most popular product and why we're here is about Magic Coffee, what we call Optimum Coffee. Our Optimum Coffee is unlike anything I've seen. I've been with the company 2.5 years. Optimum is about the fourth blend, actually. There's a blend when I started. There was a Brazilian blend, the Italian blend, and now the Optimum blend. And I can say out of all the weight loss coffee, and I've tried probably a dozen other ones on the market, Optimum by far is the best weight loss coffee I've ever seen, with the most results, best tasting, and it's amazing. And the way we're able to market it with our sample sizes and our trials are amazing. So CEO David Jordan, he was in 3 different companies. He was a top earner in 3 different companies, the network marketing companies. And 3 times he actually walked away from those companies. Either he was not happy with the ownership or not happy with them changing the comp plan, or he wasn't happy the way they were treating distributors. And he's basically a man of integrity and ethics. He already was a multimillionaire before he started Valentis. He was one of the largest sports card collector businesses in the entire world. He did 15,000 trades a month on eBay. He was worth $80 million before he even started Valentis, but he loves the industry. He loves the type of people who are entrepreneurial and can come to this type of company. And he wanted to build a company that was built by distributors for distributors, and not by owners for people at the top to make money. And that's why I always tell people with our company, I've never seen more people make more money more often, because it's not a diversity of wealth at the top. It's spread all out evenly. So it's really nice. I think on the next slide there, we'll talk a little bit more timing. So timing, the company started in 2014, and we did about 300,000 in sales in 6 months. We only had 1 product, but still, it was the energy product. We did $300,000 in sales. And in 2015, we did $3 million. 2016, when I got involved in May 1st, 2016, we did $32 million in sales that year. So we went from $3 million to $32 million in 1 year. That's 966% growth. And even 2014 to 2013 is 1,000% growth when you look at it. We went from 300,000 to 3 million. And then we hit $80 million in total sales in 2017. And then we saw a little bit of a dip, just because that's what happens to a company that's 4th year around there. But in 2018, May 19th, we released Optimum, and the Optimum product took off. I've never seen volume, and I've never seen orders grow so fast. Just between October and December 1st, from October to December, we grew $1 million in sales, which is huge. We grew more in sales in 2 months than we did the entire previous 9 months of the year. So when you think about that, that's amazing. I think if Stacy came on board, that could be the reason why. But we're positioned for explosive growth. The timing is right. We're positioned for momentum. And what you're going to see is we're hitting about 50,000 distributors and 50 million per year in sales. When you hit that point, it's a sweet spot in this industry. And when you hit that spot, you want to get involved and go guns a-blazing, because we're going to go from about 50 million in sales in a year to 500 million in sales in the next 6 or 7 years. You're going to see we're doing about 4 million a month right now, 4 to 5 million a month. You'll see us go up to 10 million a month sometime in the next year or two, and you'll capture that. So 5 key elements to a successful network marketing company. First is the company, the management, the leadership. I've been involved in network marketing. At least I was in another company, and I've been to tons of different meetings. I've never seen leadership with the distributors and a company run so well, especially because it's David Jordan behind the helm. And then you want to have a product and service that people want. People drink coffee. $100 billion a year sold. It's consumable. So what that means for you, when you get a customer who likes it, guess what? They're going to order it again. If you have a customer who buys something like a piece of jewelry, the chances that they're going to buy a piece of jewelry next month, maybe even next year, is highly unlikely. You want something that's going to be consumed every single month, and our Optimum is a 30-day supply, and for some people it's a 2-week supply when you double dip the scoop. Compensation plan, like I said earlier, we pay people. I'm not going to say we have the best compensation plan because everybody says that, right? And I would tell people we have a compensation plan that pays more people more often, more money, which is most important. I'd rather have more people making more money more often than 10% of the people making all the money at the top. Timing, I just talked about timing. Right now I've never seen a company growing so fast and volumes growing so fast. And we're even December, which is typically a slow month, volume is up 10% over what it was last month. So that's crazy. And I think going into January, we're building. So we get past the holidays here, I think we're going to see something like I've never seen before. And then you want to have training and support, and we have that. That's why we have these training calls. We have 4 calls a week from the company. We have team calls. We have a lot of different training to help people be successful, and we're just getting started with some of the tools we have. And then I believe the 6th element we have in this company, and it's heart. And that comes from David Jordan. He's got a big heart. He cares about the success of others more than he cares about his success. I mean, the guy doesn't dress up fancy. He wears normal guy clothes to a meeting. He enjoys watching others succeed. That's what gets him. That's what motivates him. That's his hot button. And he has a big heart, so it attracts people with big hearts. And I think when you have a big heart and you lead with your heart and you talk from your heart, you get the right people. And we're helping people lose weight and make extra money. And that heart, speaking from the heart, really works with that.
That's so true. And so we want to touch on a little bit of the heart issue. And Amanda is going to talk about some people that she has personally met and helped with this coffee, as well as her story a little bit, and how this coffee has changed her life in just a short time. Go ahead, Amanda.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
So I have spoken a few times about this. I have a really hard time selling without a purpose behind it. I have a hard time just selling something for the money, although I shouldn't. I don't have a problem going to my day job and working for money and for a paycheck. But for some reason, when it comes to this type of thing, I feel like there has to be more of a heart behind it. And I feel like when you lead with your heart, more follows you and your business will build more. So I've been fortunate enough to hear some really impressive stories from some of the people that are in my coffee group. And there are some here on the screen. One person was down 2 pant sizes and 15 pounds since November 5th. And this was maybe 2 weeks ago we made this slide. So she's down even more than that now. She's not tired, bloated. She has more energy. She's a teacher, so she needs the energy. She needs that focus. She's also a grad student and a mom of a special needs child. So she's got a lot on her plate, and this has really helped her and already changed her life in just a couple of months she's been drinking it. I won't read through all of these, but there are a few others that I wanted to touch on. One of my friends who's in the group, she has low iron levels, and so she has to go to the hospital and actually get iron infusions, and they're very costly and they take a lot out of her. But when she doesn't have them, she just sleeps a lot because she doesn't have the energy to stay awake all day. And the energy from this coffee has been helping her not only stay awake all day, but also start exercising again. And she's a runner, so she's very thankful for that. I think if you are just going into this and you're not seeing all the lives that are being changed, you're missing a real opportunity. And we've been fortunate enough to make a lot of friends, meet a lot of people, and help people with something that seems on the surface like it's just for weight loss, but it just is so much more than that. It's changing people's quality of life. It's changing relationships. It's changing their financial status. It's really an incredible product.
Awesome. Yes. All right, Amanda, we want to know about you. I usually give you a little blurb about how we met and such, but Amanda and I started our first network marketing company together, and that's how we met. And she is already grown to a leader in Valentis overall. Last month, her and her teammate had ranked number 4 in November, and I think she's number 4 right now, if not number 3. So number 3. Okay, so she is killing it. She is onboarding people. She's helping people with this product, and I'm gonna just let her talk to you a little bit about her personally and why this business stood out above others that were available to her.
All right, so like Stacy said, I started in another health and fitness company, which really helped me learn how to love myself, learn how to make myself and my health and my fitness a priority in my life. When you're not making yourself a priority, I feel like I was a worse mom, I was a worse daughter, I was a worse girlfriend. I wasn't there for the people I needed to be there for because I didn't really love who I was. And after I had my daughter 13 years ago, I kind of became like the backdrop to her. It was, this CC show. Everyone came over to see my daughter. Everyone came over to see how she was doing and to hold her and to ask all the questions about her. And I just kind of felt like I was disappearing into the background. That happens when you have a new baby in the house, but I think it was also just really getting to me where I wasn't taking care of myself anymore. So when I found my old network marketing company, I learned to make myself a priority and love myself again. And I started learning how to help other new moms find themselves again after having children. But with all the exercise and all the prep for eating, my body just stopped responding after a while. And I got to a point where I was swelling up so much every day. My stomach was actually distending so much that I would have to unbutton my pants when I got to work every morning and hide that with a long shirt. And it was a very business professional environment. So I was conducting interviews and having meetings all day with my pants unbuttoned. And I was in so much pain all the time. And I tried to eat even better, tried to work out even more. I just could not figure out what was wrong. My doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong. And they were at the point of sending me to a specialist when I started talking to Stacy about this new coffee. And she said, just give it a try, just see what it's like. I'll send you some. And so we started drinking it. And within the first day, I knew it was something insanely different. I haven't had to unbutton my pants since that day. It feels so weird to say that, but apparently it is more relatable than I thought. I think our bodies maybe just stopped working the same way once we hit our 30s. And so it was a whole different battle that I was fighting, but this was working. My body was responding. I lost 12 pounds the first month. I'm still losing weight. It's given me enough energy to start working out again. So it's just completely transformed me and my health, and financially, it's a much better place to be than where I was in my old company. I think I told Stacy this. I almost don't want to share it because I don't want to jinx it. But this last week, I made 3 times more than I'd ever made at my old network marketing company in 1 week. And we've only been in the business for a couple of months, maybe 2.5 months. And I was in the other one for 5 years. So that was a really exciting paycheck. And it just is a reflection on how many people are being touched by this product and how many lives we're able to change.
Love it. And when I got that message from you, I was like, yes, that's what we want. That's what we're here for. And that's what our goal was when we, decided to leave a company that we love still, that we use their workouts, and that we think they have a great all-around health and fitness, whatever. But the point is that the product wasn't getting us to where we wanted to be financially in a business.
Right. And I think the other thing about this is you can reach more people with this type of product. You can reach people who maybe can't work out, who aren't ready to, who don't have the financial means to invest in that type of program. So your reach with this is much wider, and you're able to help people who just were not on your radar before this. And then as far as for the financial side, I kind of got over the fact that I felt bad making money doing something I love and helping people, because as a single mom, this is what's feeding my child. So I have to look at it like that sometimes too. And this is probably the best single mom side gig I've come across ever. So
love it. So a little bit about me really quick. I'm Stacy Warzak, and I am a wife to my husband, Sean. We've been married for 17 years, and I have 3 kids. Ella's 13, Emma's 12, and Evan is 9. We are just busy with a bunch of stuff as far as travel hockey, and all the girls, they think I'm their personal Uber. So just being a full-time mom and full-time wife. I, like Amanda, had started with our health and fitness company, and I started a year after her in 2014. And I started my business after moving 800 miles from everything that I knew and loved and everyone who knew and loved me. So we moved from New York to Apex, North Carolina in 2010. And so shortly after that, I started my business. And Sean always had really long hours. He was up and gone before the kids and I got up for the day, and he was home sometimes well after dinner. So I felt like a single mom without having to bear the single mom paycheck, which is, a positive thing. At the same time, I felt lonely and I felt discouraged a lot. I was overweight. And I just needed something. I felt like I was put on the earth to do something more than just be a mom. And I don't say that lightly, because if you know my story, I had a lot of hardship getting my 3 miracle children, and 4 miscarriages, a stillborn son. And so you name it, they're miracles, and I never regretted having them. But at the same time, being by myself and having to raise them, I felt all of those things that I said before. So I knew I needed something more for myself. And so what I did was I said, I can't afford daycare. 2 of my 3 kids I'd have to put in daycare. I am not college educated. So for me to go and get a job with no college education, it would be about the same amount that I would pay per month for daycare. I may bring home a tad more, but I wouldn't see much income having to put 2 kids in full-time daycare. So we made the decision. I said, I know I have to do something. And I ended up opening a home daycare in my house. We had sometimes 6 kids at one time. They would come and go to school with my oldest, and track outs and whatnot. And so I brought some money in that way. But my goal was to work my network marketing business full time when my son went to kindergarten. And that happened in 2014. So I closed my daycare. And I say all that to say, you don't have to know a bunch of people. You don't have to feel like you have to go door to door or be in a big network full of people, because the point is that we run our businesses online. And that's really how we get all of our sales, all of our people who want to join our teams. We just talk on social media, and people want to use the product because we are sharing it. So officially, I launched my coffee business on October 12th. And in October, I finished number 4. And in November, our team was ranked number 1. Again, I say all of that not to boast, not to toot my own horn, but I feel like I'm just the average person. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. The team that you would be joining is obviously doing what we're supposed to be doing and ranking and helping people with this amazing product that everybody uses anyways. That's the awesome thing about coffee. So many people drink coffee anyways, so it's not a sacrifice. It's a simple swap of a product. And it's an amazing product. And once they use it for a short period of time, they're hooked. So personally, I'm near the 13-pound mark now. I need to update this slide. But Magic Coffee has helped me with so many things. I was plateaued. I was working out. I was eating strict. And I could not get that last poundage off. And all I did was swap my coffee. I haven't exercised. I feel ashamed to admit that after my background. But I'm getting back into it. I want to. So it's something that I've always hated to do, but now I'm excited to get going again. So the coffee's definitely helped with all of that. Greg's going to talk to you just for a minute about himself and what we've taken so much time, but just about his background. And the first time I talked to Greg on the phone, I was like, this guy's legit. I think I had already signed up before I talked to you, Greg, so I was already in. But I talked to him for a few minutes, and it was supposed to be like a 2 or 3 minute conversation that was probably close to an hour, because the more he said, the more questions I had. And then I was like, oh my gosh, he has so much value to add to someone that knows the business and was really knowing what I was looking for when I was deciding to switch companies. So, Greg, we want to hear from you. Hang on, we can't hear you.
Oh, that helped. There we go. I was just saying, Amanda, you slipped to number 4 while we were talking on the ranking. Stacy, you're number 2, but you have 3 other people in the top 15. So you have, I think, 6 people in the top 20. Melissa's up there, and Jessica, your girl Jessica's up there, Amanda. So that's pretty awesome for that. But quick background, I'll keep this real quick. I was in the industry for 7 years, from 96 to 03. I was with another company, and in those 7 years, I made $1 million in commissions in my very first company. I was only about 26 years old, doing really well, but I went into that company with a lot of debt, and I worked really hard to get out of debt, and did really well. But I was out of the industry for 13 years. I didn't do any network marketing. I purchased products from friends. I was pitched hundreds of companies. I think I looked at 300 different companies. You name a company from probably 2003 till 2016, I've seen it. I've been pitched it, because when you make a lot of money in this industry, people know who you are. They come after you. I probably got an offer or 2 a week to look at something. And then at the end of April, my sponsor, Mike McCormick, who's a triple diamond in the company, sends me a couple coffee samples. And like Stacy just said, it's so simple. I think Amanda said it too. Drank some coffee. I already drank a ton of coffee. Coffee's been a big part of my life. Heck, coffee for life is engraved in my wife's wedding ring, and that was years before we even started Valentis. We met in a coffee shop. So coffee's been a big part of my life. Coffee's a big part of 70% of the world's life. So I thought, man, this is a great product. Everybody drinks coffee, and you lose weight. And I had lost initially on the first blend, I lost 45 pounds on weight loss coffee, gained some back, and on the Optimum, I lost 19. So great comp plan. I know comp plans. I looked at over 300 of them, and I saw this one. I couldn't believe it was actually legit. I'm like, you kidding me? We're going to pay people that, and we're going to have this legacy bonus. We're going to have all these ways you can make more money. We're going to, even if you don't hit commissions, you get some fast track bonuses. I think this is unbelievable. And then I made some phone calls. When I heard the CEO was this David Jordan guy, I hadn't heard of him, but I called 3 or 4 people who were top money earners in the industry, and they said, Dave Jordan is the best CEO in any company. I'm like, why aren't you with the company? They said, because I'm financially tied to this one. So we joined May 1st. We hit Structured Emerald in 25 days. 4 months later, we hit Diamond. We were the 93rd Diamond in the company. That was September 2016. And now there's about 175 diamonds and growing quickly. There were just 20-something in the last month and a half. So why success, though? In my other company, where we did $1 million in commissions over 7 years, I only sponsored 19 people in 7 years. Versus this company, I sponsored 38 my first month, 402 years, and it's like 450 now in 2.5 years. And it's because it's simple. I actually have probably sponsored 40 or 50 people I never spoke to. They saw my website, they saw my ad on my truck, they saw an ad on the internet, and they just joined. That's how incredible this is, unlike other companies where you have to drag people in, and everybody become the no friends league, because no one wants to be your friend anymore because they're afraid you're going to get them into something. Not here. Everybody drinks coffee. Our best friends love it. Even my own sister, who's my biggest skeptic, she's my best customer now. So, and we have samples and trial packs. They're really simple. You just, hand someone one of these and hand them a couple sticks of coffee. And, it's an impact product that sells itself. I can't tell you in the beginning how many times I just gave 2 sticks on a business card and people wanted to join. So that's what's so different about this company.
It's so true. And we joke every time we do one of these calls, we say, if you have a personality like mine, you got on this call and you're like, okay, so what's the bottom line? All that's great. I love hearing all what we can do with the coffee, how it works. We know it's legit, but what do I have to invest to get into this amazing opportunity? And I always say, when I heard the price, at first I was like, wow, that's a lot, you know, $499, that's some money, right? But when you break it down, you're getting, it's not just paying $499 to a company to get a link to sell it. You're paying $499 plus a one-time $20 rep fee, and you'll never see a business fee again in this company, which is very different than my last company. And you get 350 coffee samples, which makes 70 5-day trials. And you're going to sell those trials for $20 a piece. And I promise you that's not hard. And you're going to generate $1,400 minus your $499 investment, and you've made money just in the trials. Now that doesn't include when people are on day one and they say, Stacy, this is legit, give me the link, and they order a tub. And that's another $20 in my pocket. That happens a lot. And I just purchased my 5th 350 sample pack. 5. I started on October 12th. I cannot keep the samples in stock. Amanda has bought multiple. Several people who are just new into the business have bought multiple because people want to try it before they invest in a tub. So this is the best way to get into the business. You're going to have the best tools to help people understand why this coffee is different than other coffees on the market. Because truth be told, there are other weight loss coffees. But this coffee stands out. It is different. It's above the rest. And people sometimes hesitate to spend $60 right out of the gate without tasting it at least. So this is the way you're going to give them a taste. But you're not just going to give it to them for free. You're going to get $20 per trial. So you're going to start generating income before anybody even orders from your link. So Amanda's going to go a little bit into the comp plan, just a little deeper than I went, not overbearing. But if you have questions about this next information, talk to the person who invited you to watch this call and attend the call, because we can get into the nitty gritty with you.
Okay, so this is my favorite part of the comp plan so far. I haven't even gone into the whole plan yet. I haven't reached those levels, so I'm sure at some point something else will be my favorite. But right now, this is my favorite. So as Stacy said, you will give people the opportunity to buy a $20 trial pack, which, like she said, is not hard to do. And once they buy that, then most of the people are hooked within the first day. I was hooked in the first day. Then they will buy online if they are like-minded people or people who are looking for another income. They will ask, how do I make this income too? When somebody signs up on your team as a Ruby, they come in straight as a Ruby with that $4.99 pack. When you personally add a Ruby to your team, you will get $100 for the first, second, and third Ruby that you add to your team. And then the fourth Ruby, and until forever after that, you get $200 for each person. That completely blows my mind, because I think with our old company, when we would add somebody to our team, it was just as if we were adding a customer. It didn't matter if it was on what level they came in. It was just somebody else, same commission. But this, with this structure, the company rewards you for adding a business builder to your team, and then adds you more, or gives you more, rewards you more as you're adding more business builders. So that's the easiest way to really ramp up your paycheck.
Absolutely. And then this is just, we hope that after you guys have listened to what we have talked about tonight, that you're like, you know what? You're right. How many people drink coffee, right? It's a product that people use anyway. It's a swap. It's a better swap. It's going to help them with more than just caffeine and energy. It's going to give them focus and clarity and that energy. It's going to give them help with their mood. It's going to give them weight loss. It's going to give them in Amanda's case, you know, it helped her digestive tract just get rid of bloating and her uncomfortable daily life that she was enduring, and nobody knew why. And so this coffee isn't just coffee. And for $60, they're going to get a tub of coffee. They're going to get 30 cups. It's $2 a cup. And last time I bought K-Cups, it was about that much. And it's just coffee. It's not anything else. So you're giving someone so much more than just coffee. You are going to get results. You're going to share results, your results. You're going to share your team's results. You're going to share your people's results. And then everybody is going to tell everybody and their mother about this coffee. And you are going to get so many people wanting to know about it too. It does sell itself. We're not going to sit here and say, you know, you can sit on your hands and money grows on trees and you just have to go in the backyard and pick some. That's not how it works, okay? If anybody ever tells you that that's how a business runs, run the other way, because they're lying. We do put effort into our businesses, and that will depend on, you know, your outcome and your income. But at the same time, having a product that isn't something that isn't a normal product that you're using anyway is so much easier to talk about, to discuss, and to get into people's hands. So we hope that you will join our teams, and we have training, we have team pages. We will help you get started and get your business launched into 2019. This is our last call before the new year. So talk to the person who invited you here. We want to thank you for taking the time tonight in just a few minutes and, you know, hanging out with us and learning more about the business. But like I said, if you guys have any questions, anything else, let us know and we can talk to you offline and we can get you going. So thank you guys so much for your time, and we will talk to you later. Bye.